Hello, this is me Fawad, and this is my YouTube channel. At this channel I usually upload different type of programming languages. So here I'm going to teach you that how you can code in C#. So I don't want to put you in trouble, but in order to learn programming language, you can use this online platform through which you can write and execute code. This is just for learning. I will teach you how you can run the most powerful IDE, which is Visual Studio. So in this course, since we are covering the very basics, so I don't want to put you in trouble, so use this one. Go to this website, Online C# Compiler and Editor. So you can see this is your template and this template will give you output here. So usually in programming languages, the student get confused that what are these different type of instructions, what are these different colors doing. So I will teach you each and everything one by one. Just up to this point you don't need to be confused. These are various type of instructions which you will learn with time. So the first thing is that these are // these are the comments. These are the comments. They do not get executed while you run the program. So this term represent the header. Sometimes we call it as numspace. This is the class name, hello world. This is the class name, and this is the main program container. This is method, which it will stay like here, so don't get confused at this point on this. And here this is the space within which we will write different type of instructions. So don't get confused. If I remove them, nothing will change. So the first line of code is to declare different type of libraries through the keyword using. So this is the name of the library, name of the numspace, and this is the keyword through which we are going to include that numspace within our code. So we will use different type of using command here at this space. After including libraries, the first thing which comes up with us is the class name. So this is the class name, hello world, and this class is public, so we have used public class and hello world. Then color of the keywords will always be different from the variable names or the method names. So this is the name of the method, this is the main name of the library. These are the keywords. Inside, you should not get confused. This is just like a container. We will write our attributes and methods here. So don't think that what are attributes and what are methods. We will teach you gradually with time. So these are the basic 3 lines of code which do nothing. If I run this code, it will do nothing. It give me an error that Microsoft Visual C compiler version, it has produced an error, and the error is this one: program does not contain a static main method. So it do not contain a static main method. So the first line of code is to include library, and the second line of code is to create a class. You can write whatever name you like. You can create different type of classes here. So to remove this error, we will include a method here. So this public static void main, this said that there is no any static main method. So this is the static main method. Method will always be represented with these brackets. So this is the name of the method, and these brackets represent that this is a method, because in a similar way we can produce the attributes as well. So this is the public and static method which do not produce any output, which do not return any output. So I have declared it as void, and then the name of this method is main. So do not get confused with this. This is just something which will always be like this. Whenever I give you some task, you will have to write these commands. It will be just like as they are. You will learn these things gradually with time. So I will write my code here at line number 6. I want to write line. I will make mistakes here. A lot of mistakes will be there, and with time you will learn that how you can solve and how you can resolve these errors and mistakes. So this is just a simple program which is hello world. It will just only display this thing. Now it will give an error, but for you to learn that how we can resolve error, I will produce error and then I will solve those errors so that you may know that how we can solve error. When I run this code, it produces an error. So this is an error because I have not followed the syntax, so it gives me an error. So to write some sort of to display some sort of output, we need to one moment. In order to produce some sort of output, we will write a command, write line. So this is the command or instruction. So this is a command. If I give it a name as a method, it is a method, and this method produce an output. It will display this string as an output, but when I run it, it gives me error. Why? Just think over this, that why it produce an error. This is a method, just like this one is a method. This is an overall method. This method belongs to the class hello world. And this is a static method of hello world class. This is a static method of hello world class. Similarly, this write line is a method. This is a static method of a class. So the class name should be here. When you have to access the method of some class, you will use a dot operator. Still there will be an error because I think this is not console. So this actually it is console, console, and I run it, it gives me an output. I can write whatever here. This will be displayed here. I can write it in 2 lines, \n. The output is in 2 line. I can put \n anywhere, and it will be in different lines. So this is just a simple program. If you have to display some output, you will have to call this method, method name is writeLine, and this method, if you call it, you will use this dot operator, and from where you call it you will have to write the class name. The class name is console. Whatever you are thinking you can write in the comment section related to this very basic code. You can write whatever you have in your mind. If I write another code, this is the main library. After that, now I am going to make a lot of mistakes so that you may know that wherever is the errors. So I have written using system, then I am using to write public class, and the name of the class is programming, and then after that I used to write public void main, these are the input arguments which will stay as they are. This is the opening and closing brackets of the class. Now I am going to write line hi. There are a lot of mistakes within this code, and I will teach you each one with resolving errors. So the first thing is that there are errors, and these errors are related to this code. So the first thing is that the name of the library is systems, and the name of the library is system, and there is a semicolon. So after including any namespace, you will have to write the name of the namespace, and then you should put the semicolon there. And I run it, there will be errors. So these are the errors. If you have to solve the error, you can remove one by one section. So in these curly bracket, there was a section which I have removed. So it says that program does not contain static main method. So it should be a static method. So I have written public static void. This is a public method, and this is static method, and it do not return any variable. So it is void mean empty, and this is the main method, and these are the input arguments. So again there is an error. Another error is that this should be capital. Public static void main, then string, and then argument. Now again there is an error. So I will use the console. Again there is an error. There should be no comma here. And again, this C should be capital. So there is another error. Okay, there is another error. This should be arguments, args. Okay, again I have removed this instruction, so it means there is no any error. When I run this, there is no any error. So the error is within this line of code. Console write line and high. So one thing you should remember in mind that every time you write the code, after every instruction you should put a semicolon. And then you will see the result. Now I have written some long string statement, and you can see that this string has produced an output in 2 lines. It says that, "Hi, I am Fawad. I am teaching you the C# programming language." So I have made mistakes in this small 8-line programming language. Intentionally I have made a lot of mistakes so that you may learn that what each and every instruction is doing and how you can take care of each and everything here. You have to write using systems, and the S should be capital and there should be semicolon. Then you should declare the class name, so you should write public class and then the class name. Then there should be curly brackets. Within those curly brackets, which just like a container, within this you will have to write the main method. This is the main method, and the main method should be static and it should not return any output. It should be void. Then this is the format which you should follow, that you will have to put string and arguments here. Don't think over it that what are these. We will teach you each and everything within the next section of our programming language course. Then you should write console and write line. Console is the class name and write line is the static method of this console class, and within these brackets you can put string. Whatever string you put in the quotation, it will be displayed at the output. So this is the very first programming language code. I will teach you with all the details so that you may learn gradually, very gradually. You may learn each and every mistake and how you can write code, how you can remove errors from your code, and what are the keywords, what are the specific operators, and what are the how we can use these different brackets. So I'm teaching gradually, very slowly, so that you may learn with all the minor details. So these in this course, in this lecture, you have learned that how you can call the libraries, how you can include the libraries, and what are the keywords. These are the keywords, and you can see that the color of the keywords is different. This is the name of the library, this is the name of the class, this is the name of the method, and this is the name of the method of some other class, and the class is console. So this was the first lecture in which you have learned that how you can write code and how you can produce an output. And in order to help you so that you may not stuck in the installation process, I have told you that you can use this programming's online platform. You can just write code and it will produce an output. And after that, I will teach you that how you can install Visual Studio and how you can run code over there. Thank you so much.